everybody, it's Emil Mattia here, and today I want to speak to you guys about a topic that is absolutely so important to me. It is critical to your success or the greatness that you want to achieve or whatever that you want to do with your life, the direction that you want to go into. You need to have this in order to succeed, and that is self-discipline. Now, if you didn't check out my video last week that went all about self-control, go check it out right now. That is the building blocks to self-discipline. Now, self-discipline comes from you basically just discipline yourself, remove temptations, and do the sacrifices that you need to do right now to get to you where you want to go. Now, let's go deeper into self-discipline and see where self-discipline comes from. And self-discipline comes from the belief that you are worthy of what you want to achieve, that thing that you want to do, it is so strong, your passion is pulling you so hard that when you start doing it, you basically fall in love with it. Now, self-discipline is just there to keep you on that path, to keep you there from straining towards something else, something that might seem so tempting, but it is actually just a distraction. It is just there to lure you away from the calling to of your life, where you actually want to go to. It's to keep you on your path. Now, I know a lot of people lack self-discipline, and I don't believe it's their fault. I believe it's society's fault. I believe it's been taught to us through generation to generation. The great news is a lot of people today is trying to break that processes, but it is one of the most difficult habits that you will ever learn in your entire life. But here is the thing. That habit is one of the habits that will serve you the most in your life, on your journey to where you want to go. That habit will get you there, guaranteed. So put in the work today. Strive for self-discipline and try to accomplish it with anything that you can. And this comes not only by doing it for a few weeks, a few months, or even a year or two. This is an everyday practice. You need to do this every single day and make it a pillar life habit. Make it one of your most crucial life habits that later on you're doing it like you are breathing. You don't even think about it. It is just there. You're still going to have moments that you're down. You're still going to have failures. It's not going to eliminate failure from your life, although I believe failure is not a bad thing. Failure is actually the things that build us, because that's where our lessons are learned. Failure is the one thing that will push you further than any success can ever push you. You will literally fail your way to success. So don't be afraid of failure, but be afraid of not trying. Be afraid of living a life that you were never meant to live, or that you are not proud to live. We all are stuck in jobs that we do not want to do. Well, most of us, not all of us, but about 85% of South Africans are stuck in a job that they do not want to do. So why don't you start going towards building the self-discipline to get yourself to where you want to go? Now, there's a few techniques that you actually can start learning to do self-discipline that will actually start serving you. And the first and most important one is you need to know your identity. You need to know who you are, not what others people's visions of you are, because a lot of people expect you to be a person that you don't actually want to be. And unfortunately, a lot of us, we buy into their vision of us, and we must not do that. We need to buy into the vision of ourselves, the vision that we have inside of us. Now, a lot of you already know what it is that you want to do. You know what you're passionate about, and you know this thing is just calling you to go do it. But the fear of failure has stopped you from doing it. And some of you out there don't know what it is that you want to do. You don't know what your calling on your life is, and that is no problem, but you need to start figuring it out. The second thing is start eliminating temptations in your life. I've read a study that showed the average person spends about 35 hours a week watching TV. I mean, that is 77 days a year. And some of you are wondering, why are some people more successful than other people? If I ask you this, if let's say someone out there is watching 77 days a year of Netflix, and I'm putting in 77 days of work towards the passion and the calling I have upon my life, at the end of the year, who's going to be further ahead? She that watches Netflix all of the time, or me that put in the work are failing to get to where I want to go. I can almost promise you that person is still going to be in the exact same position that they started the year off, maybe a little bit better, maybe in a little worse situation, depending on the choices they've made through the year. But I can promise you, the person that worked and put in the time of those 77 days to get to where they want to go, to build towards their passions and their dreams, to make it a reality, is going to be so many steps further ahead and closer towards their finish line, or their checkpoint, as I would like to call it. Because if you truly think about life, we are here to learn, and we are here to work and grow as people and help grow other people as well. So you're truly never going to reach your destination. It's just there will always be a higher mountain to conquer. Once you've reached a certain point, there's always going to be a point higher than that you want to accomplish. It's never going to stop. And once you've made peace with that, once you've accepted that life is good and bad, it's positive and negative, you have to fail in order to succeed. Once you accept that truth of life, you are going to go so much further than most people, because you will actually see life for what it is, and you will start seeing the beautiful things that's in life. There's so many things that you have to be grateful for, but so many of us complain each and every day about everything that is not good in our lives, that we do not have, that we're where we want to go, but we do not take the actions to get there. That is not a life to live. The life to live is the life of your dreams, the thing that you want to achieve. Put in as much time as you humanly possibly can into achieving it, and to build that future that you want to have. You only have one life on this planet. Don't waste it. Third technique that you can do is have clear goals and have an execution plan. Once you figure out what it is that you want to do, once you've figured out what your purpose is, that let's say you want to be the best businessman that there can be. Once you figure that out, you need to start from the top. I've made an entire video on goal setting, but set your goals and then start having a plan to execute towards that goals. And don't be afraid to set massive, huge goals. There are no limits towards the goals that you can set. This will build self-discipline, because you are going to have self-discipline. You need self-discipline in order to achieve your goals. But the goal is going to give you an excitement, because it's going to have that build towards that vision that you want for your life. But you're gonna have to have self-discipline in order to get it, but it's going to give you a direction. Once you have a direction, self-discipline becomes a lot easier. You just need to find a direction that you're passionate about and go after it with everything that you have. Now, the last thing that I can basically just say, in order to reach success, in order to reach or pull out that greatness within inside of you, you have to make peace with your past, and you have to forgive yourself for whatever is holding you back, because you cannot make room for the success or the extra habits that you want to learn, like self-discipline, if you are still carrying around the old habits, if you are still carrying around baggage from the past. Most of us struggle with this. I myself have struggled with this as well. I'm probably still struggling with some areas, but I am working towards it, to get those habits out of my life, to replace it with the habits that I need to achieve the dream that I want to achieve. To help people to achieve their dreams and to see that they have a calling on their life. And if they step into that calling, it's just like life changes like that. It's beautiful, it's amazing, and I want to help people achieve it, and I want to help people work towards their success. Now, I cannot do that if I'm dwelling on the past. I cannot do that if my past is bigger than my future. So make your future bigger than your past. Get self-control in order to get self-discipline, and do it every single day. Just discipline yourself towards your dreams every single day. Even if you start with an hour a day, have the discipline when you get back from work to sit an hour a night working or planning towards your future or the life that you want to have. If you do that every day for an hour for a year, I can already promise you, you are going to be so much further ahead in life. Like they say, success and failure is generally very slow processes. It takes time to succeed, and it takes time to have a massive failure. Some of them comes fast and some of them takes very long. But make sure, step by step, you're climbing the mountain of greatness and you're going towards building towards the person that you want to be. Because a step at a time, over time, becomes miles and miles. So never forget that. Work towards your dreams and have the self-discipline to keep going, even when things go hard. Don't give up. It's okay to fail, but it's never alright to give up. If you've loved this video, make sure you've hit that subscribe button. Also, drop me a comment on how did you find the video? How did you find building towards self-discipline? Is it an easy thing for you or is it difficult? Let me know. Now, check out these two videos. They're going to help you build towards self-discipline. I want to see you guys succeed and I want to see you guys working towards the future that you want to have for your life and the future that you know you deserve. Stay blessed, everybody. See you on the next video.